everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's episode of Dye Time I'm going to be dyeing this 10-gram skein of 25% nylon, 75% merino yarn. I'm on a bit of a speckling to break mission today. I'm trying not to do too much speckling. This has been soaking in water and vinegar, and I did think I had washed all the dye off my gloves, but there are some tiny specks of blue in this. But I'm not too worried about that, as I am trying to break colours. And the colours I'm using today are dark brown and violet acid dyes from DT Craft and Design. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to try to break, so I thought I'll do both. I'm just going to grab a pinch of dye if I can. My fingers are a little bit big for this, and I'm really trying to show restraint. Literally just getting the tiniest bit. I'm going to do this half in the dark brown and that half in the violet to see if they do break. This is my third skein that I'm speckling on today, and each time, the last two times, I've done far too much dye. So I'm really going to try and not do too much this time. So that's it for the dark brown. I'm going to wash my hands. My hands are now completely dry. And I'm going into the violet. Again, my fingers are just the tiniest bit too big to comfortably be able to get a pinch. But I'm just trying to do a tiny bit. I don't know if my fingers were completely dry. This is sticking to me, so that is all I'm going to use for the violets, because it looks like quite a lot and it is all sticking to me. Now I'm starting to think maybe I should go in for a bit more, because I've got more on my fingers than I do on the yarn. So literally just the tiniest bit, that is it, no more. There you go. I'm actually going to take my gloves off now so that I don't do any more with that dye. If I don't have my gloves protecting my hands. So I was wearing my gloves, I've now taken them off to stop myself from adding more dye. I have got a mask on still because I've been using dry dye powder, and all the equipment used in today's video and all my videos is all dedicated for dyeing. I don't use it for food. So I'm just going to roll this up. Because this is an animal fibre, it needs acid, and it's been soaking in acid water with vinegar. It needs the right type of dye, and I've chosen acid dyes this time. You can use Fibre reactive dyes or food colouring, and it needs heat. So now I'm going to pop this in my steamer basket and let it heat for a good 30 minutes. This has completely cooled down now, so let's unravel it. Well, I'm glad the colours are still quite separate. That's pretty. There is some dye on this cling film, so I'm expecting there to be a little bit of runoff. I'm hoping not too much. But this is pretty. Actually, it doesn't look like there's any runoff at all, which is fantastic. I'm going to rinse this out. This is just cold soapy water. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. I don't think there's any colour coming out of that. Oops. Brilliant. So I'm just going to rinse this through a couple of times and then I can hang it out to dry. And here is my finished yarn. If we have a look closely, this purple has broken. You can see little patches of blue, little patches of pink. It's quite a subtle break, so you need to really look. But there are definitely pink and blue in with all this purple. Maybe not quite there's some bits there. The heavier patches maybe not, but in the lighter bits, if we flip it over, there's definitely some different colours going on in there, which I love. And then if we have a look at this brown section, it's a bit more obvious. There are orange splodges. And if you look close, there are some blue specks, which I'm pretty sure haven't transferred from this side. They may have. I'm not going to rule that out, but it does look like there are some sort of blue specks going along mixed in with that orange and the brown. But I really like this. This is so much fun. I love it when dyes break, and I'm so glad that I've used these two colours. These two colours are two that I wouldn't usually put together, but I thought this is a 10-gram skein. It's going to go in my scrappy blanket that is seemingly never ending. So I think it's just something that I could have a little bit of fun with, and I couldn't decide which dye to use, so I thought, oh, use both. Now, I only speckled on one side, but there was quite a lot of dye. I'm really not good with my speckling. There are some white patches, but this is, I don't know if I would class this as speckling, possibly very, very heavy speckling. It's not a solid. I don't know. What would you class this yarn as? I know I definitely need to work on my speckling technique. I need to bring it back every time I think, oh, I'll just add a little bit more. I need to say to myself, no, no more, just that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. I know I'm not great at speckling. I know I always do far too much dye, but I'm not mad. I really like how this has turned out, and I've done a couple of other speckling projects recently and I've done exactly the same thing. And again, I'm not mad because I really like how the yarn has turned out. I'm not one for fine speckles, it seems. What do you think of this yarn? Let me know down in the comments. I publish a new video every Monday, usually around about 6 PM UK time, and I like to do different things in my videos, so there should always be something interesting to watch. Thank you so much for watching.